All right, guys, let's get started. Let's go ahead and begin here. I am eager to share this story with you, and we're going to have so much fun with our activity today. So, thank you so much again for joining me for another story time and activity with Iyama. All right, guys. Seeing as this is probably a big month for all of you guys, you're getting back to school. Or whatever it may be. So I thought it'd be fitting to read a very special book today. Today we will be reading The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. I don't know if you guys have read this before. I have. It is a super sweet story about being brave when things make you just a bit nervous, and above all, family being there for each other. All right, guys, so let's get started. The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn, illustrated by Ruthie Harper and Nancy M. Leake. Chester the raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told Mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon and Chester took by the hand and nuzzled him in the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start." That is true. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." I wonder what that could be. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread it open, his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester's hand right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss run from his hand, up his arm, and to his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump up your face and fill you with toasty warm thoughts." Oh, that's nice. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now, do be careful not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. Oh, it seems like he's having fun now. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. Oh, now you have a kissing hand too, he told her. And with a gentle goodbye and I love you, Chester turned and danced away. And off he goes. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across the tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. He's going to school with all the rest of the forest animals. And if you don't know, this means I love you in sign language. So you can take that with you. The end. All right, guys, that was our story. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It is a great message to take with you whenever you're feeling a little homesick. It is always with you, no matter how you want. It could be something like a kiss, or it can be something else that you use your imagination and invent. Your family and the love they bring is always with you. All right, guys, let me pan out just a little bit because it is time for our activity. Now, we are going to be making our own Chester the Raccoons today. So really excited, guys. I've been practicing this and they're super fun. They are going to look a bit like this guy that you see right here. This is what we're going to be making today. We're going to be making our own Chester Raccoon with his kissing hand. All right. Let's get started. So you guys will need a few things just to go over our list again if you don't know already. This uses craft paper. So I hope you have all printed out our worksheet for today because you're going to need it. Now we're going to need a couple of colors of craft paper, guys, but don't worry. If you don't have these colors, be creative. Use whatever color you want. You'll see that it's going to work in lots of different ways when we start creating this, our raccoon here. You will need at least 4 colors. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 colors. The best colors are black, white, blue, red, and gray. All right, those are the colors we are going to need today. We are going to start off by getting our shapes ready. So, everybody take the sheet from the worksheets that were attached in the link there. These are the larger circles that you see. And go ahead and just cut both of them out. We're going to cut both the circles out. Now, as always, guys, please be careful when you are using scissors. Please, 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 if you need to ask for help, ask an adult to help you. And guys, any questions or comments as we go along, drop them in the chat box there. All right, I'd love to answer your questions. So very carefully, we are cutting out our circles here. Some shapes are going to take more time than others, but circles are pretty easy. I think so. What do you think? Yes, I think they're the easiest. All right. Almost done with my second circle here. Okay. My first two circles are done. Believe it or not, this is going to be making our face and our body. Set this aside, guys. Now it's time for the rest of our shapes, the rest of our raccoon. Now again, be patient, take your time. We will do this together. And guys, this is the sheet with the larger shapes on it, okay? Because that is important. There's two different ones that you may see. Some are smaller. We're going to use the larger ones, okay? The larger shapes. All right, guys, my last shapes are going to be his hands. We got a lot of curves. So again, watch your fingers. Be careful as you're cornering his fingers. Okay. Now, if you want to, guys, you can just trace the same one and you'll see what I mean. So if you want to just cut out one, that's okay. For the sake of today, I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'll tell you how that's going to work. So if you want to just cut out one of the hands to trace, that will be enough. All right, guys, back with you. So I needed to grab something there. Okay, let's get started with our face. We are going to start with the face of our raccoon. Now, believe it or not, this circle is going to be the face. This slit or this triangle is going to be pointed down. So on a piece of gray paper, go ahead and trace that circle. Okay, guys, needed to grab a pencil. Sorry about that. Okay, so we are tracing, again, we are tracing our face. So just take your pencil and simply trace it. On your gray craft paper. All right. So just like that, I know it's a bit hard to see, but we traced it on our gray paper here. So now you're going to cut out the circle. This is the circle for our face, for the face of our raccoon. Now guys, don't lose the shapes that you trace. Be sure not to use them because we are actually going to get back to them after we are done cutting out the circle. Be sure not to lose them. Okay. We have our circle for our face, our gray circle. Now guys, what does a raccoon have? It's like he has a mask. He looks like he has a mask on. That's what this is going to accomplish, guys. So what we're gonna do, you're cutting out this part right here. Now don't go too far down right here because you still need to glue it on. So not all the way down right here. You're gonna need a triangle down here. I'll cut one side and I'll show you what I mean. We're making, so you see, cut one side, but not all the way down. We're gonna cut into a V down there. Now we're gonna cut the other side. All right. And this is what we should have right here. So now what you're going to do, you're going to glue it to the bottom of your circle, just like this, just like that. Glue stick is easiest, but you can use whatever glue you have handy. I'm using a glue stick because it's not so messy. Get a good amount of glue on there. Okay, I am ready to stick it on my circle. And there we are. I glued it on the front of my gray, not white, gray circle. All right, guys, now let's do the ears. He needs ears to what? To hear. All the animals need to hear what's going on in the forest. Now, guys, these shapes that you cut out right here, these are what we're going to use for the ears. The ears are also gray, so you are going to use the same gray paper and trace the shape of the ears. Just trace those ears right on the gray paper. Let me angle down here, guys, so you can see what I'm doing. Just trace your ears. You can always position your fingers so that you hold it in place. That's the trick. Okay, there's one. And I'm going to trace my second ear. All right, I have my ears. Now, guys, you're going to take your scissors once more and simply cut them out. I'm going to cut out your ears. just cutting out our ears. There's one ear for me. Now I'm going to cut out my second one. But just simply turn the paper like this, guys, as you're cutting, okay? Makes it easier. Turn the paper like this. Turning it around, and there's my second ear. All right, guys, so now on our face, get your face ready in front of you. Now, guys, actually what we're gonna do is see how this has a smaller oval inside of it. Cut that smaller oval out. We no longer need the bigger shape. Cut out the smaller oval. Cut it out. Now his eyes are going to be white, so you don't need to trace this on anything. You are going to just simply glue it onto your larger oval, just like that, okay? All right, stick with me, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, pop them in the comment section. Go, guys. So you glued it right in the middle there. Now, not on this side, but on the blank side, on the very bottom, just do a strip of glue at the bottom because we're going to glue it to the back of the face. I'm sorry, guys, it is going to be this side. It is going to be this side. Glue this side just at the bottom. And it's going to sit right behind. Sit just like that. So there's one ear. Now, same thing with the other ear that you have left. You're just going to cut out the smaller oval. Go ahead and just cut it out. Then you have one more shape left. You're going to do the same thing. Glue it into the center. All right, I have it glued. Now we're just going to do a little bit of glue right there on the bottom so it can stick to the back of the head. One little bit of glue right at the bottom. Evenly on the back. And there are our ears. There we go, guys. Now we need his eyes to see. Now, guys, these are gonna act, these shapes right here, are gonna act like his eyes. These look like ovals too, but they go this way. You should have cut them out this way. So these are his eyes, and they're like a mask. So we're gonna trace them on our black paper. our black paper, guys. So trace them on the black paper here. Okay. These shapes are pretty easy, but still just take your time with it. Okay. Now, while we have one line, it's going to glue on just like that. Okay. So put some glue on the back of it. Stick it on. There's one side of our eye. Okay, here's my second eye. I'm going to do the same thing. Just put some glue on the back. Glue it right on here. And there we are. We are almost done with our face. All right, guys, now you should have cut a little white circle like this. So you can use this one, but we're gonna need two. So go ahead and trace another one on your white paper. I'm gonna trace two just so it's the same type, but you can do either or. I will trace two so they look the same. All right, I have two eyes to cut out. Here I go with my scissors again. We're cutting out the circles. Okay, one circle, and we need another circle. This is to finish his eyes here. We have his eye patches. Now we need his actual eyes. The eye patches that we just glued on are what makes it look like raccoons are wearing a mask. Okay. I got my two white circles here, guys, so go ahead and bring your face back. And they're gonna go on the edge. Gonna go on the inside of either eye patch, just like that. Glue it. Stick it. Glue it. And stick it. There we go, guys. Almost done. Almost done with our face. How can he see without actual eyes? Googly eyes are so fun, guys. I use them a lot to make things come to life, to make my crafts look real. So guys, it's really easy to glue the back of these. Don't want them to be too small. There I go. I have one googly eye. And there's another googly eye. There we go, guys. Now, what else does a raccoon need? It needs to smell. So he needs a little fuzzy nose, because since he's a cute fuzzy animal, he deserves a nice cute fuzzy nose. So this is a pom-pom. They call it a pom-pom, guys. You're just the pom-pom's gonna go right at the bottom of his face there, like where his mouth would be, right there. Okay. You can still glue these guys. I know it's a bit funny, but you can still glue them. Also put glue on the face itself. That's probably easier. And there we are, guys. There's my nose, and we are done with our face. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. I'm sure all of your faces look wonderful. Now, guys, we're gonna move on to the body. Get my space here. Make sure you always have enough space in front of you for whatever you're crafting with. Now the body is the largest circle here, guys, and his body is gray. So we are gonna use maybe the same gray paper. Don't be wasteful. And you are gonna trace the larger circle on the gray paper. Just trace it around. I'm gonna start over here, guys. I lost my place. All right. Lost my place, and I don't want to do that because pencil can be hard to see on the grayer paper, on the darker colors. All right. And I've traced my circle. Okay, we are going to cut this large circle out just like before. All right. Now we have our larger circle. Now you don't want it too far down, guys, but the head's going to go right at the very top. Just like that, guys. Our raccoon is coming together. We have a head and we have a body. Now he needs his limbs, his arms, and his legs. Okay. Actually, guys, you know what? I'm not gonna wait. Let's go ahead and put on our tail. All right, he needs a tail. So before we get any further, let's do that. And the tail is gray, so go ahead and trace it on a gray piece of paper. Tracing his tail on a gray piece of paper. Okay. And what are we going to do? We're going to cut it out. Of course. Okay. Sorry again for that interruption, guys. All right, let's finish cutting out my tail here. And there is my tail. It is going to go behind his body, just like that. Don't really think it matters what side it's on. Right, let's glue our tail to the back here. Angle it up a little bit. There we go, guys. Our raccoon has his tail. Okay. But his tail is striped. So we are going to give him some black stripes. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the edge, one edge of my black paper. I'm going to fold it so I have a straight line. And I'm going to cut down one strip. I'm going to cut off that strip. Another hi to all of you who are just joining us. We are making our own Chester the Raccoon today after reading The Kissing Hand. Maybe you've heard of that story. This is our story time and activity. All right, guys, so what you're going to do to kind of measure out is just draw a line on it, okay, guys? Again, guys, just trace it out, okay? You don't have to be perfect. Just kind of measure out the strips as best you can. We're putting stripes on our tail here. All right, guys, I'm going to do 2 stripes. I'm going to stick with 2 stripes. Depends on how thick your strips are. Either way, no matter if you did them thick or a little bit thinner, however much room you have, I'll put some stripes on my raccoon tail. All right, guys, now it is time for our arms and our legs. So just like we just made the strips for our tail, not too thick, but take a piece of your gray paper, fold it over long ways, just like that, make a fold. And just cut that out, guys. All right, guys, now this is gonna be a little fun. He's gonna be bouncy. He's gonna have bouncy limbs. So we're gonna do a little folding fun here. So we're gonna fold to the front, fold to the back, fold to the front, fold on the back, fold on the front. Just go back and forth like this, guys. And now he has bouncy limbs. Okay, guys. So here's one of his legs. So I'm gonna glue it. And stick it on the bottom. And he's bouncy, just like that. Okay, so now we need 3 more just like that. So let's do his other leg. Again, just making a long fold, not too wide. Okay, guys, so this is kind of the tricky part. So from the bottom, just gonna fold it over, flip it back, fold it again, flip it back, fold it again. Again, we're making it like an accordion here. So his legs are bouncy. So just going back and forth, back and forth. All right, guys, here's another leg. Okay, let's just glue it on here. All right, guys, let's see where we're at here. This is our Chester the raccoon so far. He's got nice bouncy legs here. Nice bouncy legs. All right. There we go. Nice bouncy legs. Okay, now we need his arms. We need his arms, guys. Now we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do the same. I'm not gonna use the same pad of paper here. Same fold. As we did for the legs. Okay, so we're gonna need two, guys. Let's go ahead and cut two more strips, okay? So let's fold it once more here. There we go. Press it down nice and firmly. All right, guys, no worries if you're a little behind. Okay, you're gonna be able to re-watch this as well. So it is all about cutting out those shapes from the worksheet. So go ahead and start there. We use the larger shapes. So go ahead and start by cutting those out if you are just joining us. All right, guys, same thing for the arms. Which one here? Let's do our fold. Fold it this way. Flip it over, fold it that way. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. All right. There's one of our arms. So same thing, we're just gonna glue it on here. Like that, guys. Long bouncy limbs he has. All right, last one. Last one, let's do our same folds. Good question, Rachel. We haven't gotten to the hands yet. I know you guys are eager to get to his kissing hands. We are almost there, guys. We are almost there. All right, and here is his last arm. Let's go ahead and glue that on. All right, guys, you're sticking with me on there. I love it. Thank you so much. Here is our bouncy Chester the raccoon, as he is so far. All right. Now it's time for his hands, guys. His lovely hands. Okay. Now his hands are gray. So go ahead and use the same gray paper that you have been using. All right. And he needs 4 hands. Now you have the 4 hands on the worksheet. If you only want to cut out one and then trace out 4 from that one, you totally can. Okay, that's what I'm going to do to make it a little bit easier. So go ahead and trace out 4 hands on the gray on the gray craft paper. Take your time with this one, guys. Get his fingers right. All right, there's 1 hand. Okay, there's 2 hands. Let's say 2 hands and 2 feet. I know they all kind of look the same as his paws, but 2 hands and 2 feet. All right, guys, we're tracing out his hand here, and I have 3. 1 more. One more down here. Again, take your time. His fingers are kind of particular here, so get those fingers. Okay, I traced out 4 paws. All right, guys, it's going to take us a minute, but now it's going to, we need to cut all 4 of these out of our gray paper. So let's carefully cut them out here. And we're going to trace our own hands here in a second, so this is good practice. All right. There's 1 hand, either side, doesn't matter which one. Glue it, glue it, glue it along the back. I'm gonna give him a paw right there. There is 1 paw. From Mr. Chester. All right, guys, I'm going to try to do this a bit faster. Let's cut out the rest of our hands. We got 3 more to cut out here. All right. I'm all done. I have this next hand. Let's grab them over here. We're going to glue these on. Remember, it doesn't matter which side. You can use either side you want. And his feet. All right, guys. Here we go. Here is our Chester. our nice bouncy Chester. He bounces on his limbs just like that, like he's hopping through the forest. Now, guys, I thought it was really cool having his limbs all long and bouncy like that. They don't have to be that long. This is your Chester. This is your raccoon. So be creative. Make your arms and legs however long you want them to. If you're using different colors, like I said in the beginning, that's cool. Make him different colors. All right, guys, it is time for our heart. Okay, time for our last touch here on our Chester. So first, what we are going to do is make our actual kissing hand. And this is your kissing hand, guys, that you can take with you. So what I want you to do is on the blue paper, or the backdrop can be any color. Go ahead and trace your hand out, guys. Trace your hand out. I'm sure you've done that before. Hold it still. And trace out your hand. Doesn't matter which hand. Anyone is perfect. All right, guys. And now, you guessed it, we are going to cut it out. Just when we thought that Chester's hand was going to be the last one. Nope. But it's always fun doing this, right? Cutting out our own handprint. Right, guys, we are almost done here with our Chester. Right now, we are cutting out our handprint for our kissing hand. All right, that's perfect. I have my hand, and it's actually going to go right in the middle, guys. Right to keep him nice and warm on his chest. Nice warm kissing hand. Okay, so you're gonna glue it right on the middle there. Either side. Glue it really well. And I've been using a glue stick because when I can use it, I do. It's not as messy as liquid glue. I think you would agree. All right, guys. And now let's give him a kiss on his kissing hand. That is our heart here, guys. So last but not least, you are gonna take a piece of red paper and trace your heart. There's my heart. I'm gonna put it right in the middle of our blue hand right there. Okay. This is our last step. All right, guys. And there is our Chester with his kissing hand. Yay! This is something that you can hang up, you can take with you, and whenever you see it, you'll hopefully remember this story, and that you can always feel at home, you can always feel loved, you can always feel safe. All right, guys. Well, I had so much fun doing this activity with you today. Just to draw your attention to the comment box there, or the headline. That's how you follow us, guys. We do these story times and activities every month. So get an adult's help, follow us, and I hope to see you in the future. We do lots of fun stuff with, every month, and I'd love to hear your feedback. What is it that you want to do? You know, we want your ideas, we want your feedback, guys, and share your Chester the Raccoon. Go online, again, use an adult's help and tag us, share it with us, show us your craft today. All right, guys, again, my name is Katrina Gomez. It was such a pleasure to be here with you, and I will see you at our next story time. Bye-bye. Have a good rest of your week. The International Art Museum of America, located at 1025 Market Street, sits in the heart of downtown San Francisco between 6th and 7th Street. The aim of our nonprofit museum is to display artwork from disparate cultures to promote peace and harmony among peoples. Visitors will enter a serene garden with full rock formations, a tropical landscape, and a waterfall flowing into ponds. Our gallery houses traditional and contemporary ink and wash Chinese paintings, abstract oil paintings, and hyper-realistic ink paintings of animals and figures. Approximately 60% of our collection are paintings and sculptures by the contemporary artist H.H. Dorje, Shang Buddha III. The gallery also houses European and Western oil paintings beginning from the 17th century to present day, including works by French realist Rosa Bonheur, the Norwegian impressionist Frits Kahlo, and the French Fauvist Maurice Vlaminck. IAMA offers a beautiful environment as well as 2 rotating exhibition spaces. Admission is now free. Here in our gift shop, we have something for everyone, whether you are local, just visiting, or shopping for yourself. We have many products based on Iyama's artwork, as well as international and Bay Area themed items. We do our best to have a consistent flow of new and exciting products so that you can always find something special to take home from your visit to Iyama.